Enjoyed that hitting.
Did somebody mention Billy Smith? I'm not sure he's having too much traffic in front of his net in the other series. We're going to take you to Madison Square Garden and show you what has been happening between the Islanders and the Rangers, and the action is not in Billy Smith's end.
Potvin with McEwen's pass. Dennis unable to put it in front. He and Duguay went to the corner together. Bossy picked it up. Bossy comes out in front. Shooting, he scores! Billy's parked in front, and Bossy has made it 2-0.
Mike Bossy puts the Islanders up by 2. We'll return with the Stanley Cup playoffs in just a moment.
Look out, Canada. Jack picked the Pleasure Pack. And Perry picked the Molson's Pleasure Pack.
We're in the first intermission at Bloomington, Minnesota. The North Stars trying for a series lead that would look just like that. That's the score at the end of one period of play here in game number 4, Minnesota versus Calgary. And there's more action at Madison Square Garden in New York. When last we checked in, the Islanders are up 2-0.
A minute 10 left in the penalty time against John Hughes. Islanders can't get control of the puck. They are not all going up at the same time. One of the few times we've seen that happen. The other night against a 5-on-3, the Rangers looked outstanding at that particular time. There's the playoff penalty killing by the Rangers. That's up to date, right up to date from the penalty that you have now, or that Hughes has. And the Islanders power play, 43. And look out, there's Bossy with a backhander, and it's 3-0. Well, twice Hughes has drawn an infraction against Michael Bossy, and twice Bossy has stung the Rangers. Hughes gets a charging penalty. Bossy scores a power play goal. And Hughes gets a roughing penalty on Bossy, and this time a backhand shot beats Baker to the left side as Mike Bossy lets go a backhand shot, gets another power play goal, and the New York Islanders have a 3-0 lead here in the first period. 2:49, 2 power play goals, both by Mike Bossy, have put the Islanders out in front, 3-0.
Well, Mike Bossy is closing in on the playoff scoring record set last season by his teammate and line mate, Brian Trottier. Those 2 goals against the Rangers in tonight's game give Bossy 27 playoff points. Trottier's record last year was 29. And, of course, there's a long way to go for the Islanders. Another series, it would seem, unless the Rangers can make a miraculous comeback now. So Bossy's almost certain to break it, but that doesn't say he'll be the only one. Trottier is piling up some points, too. It's 3-0 there. It's 3-1 here for the home team, the Minnesota North Stars. We're getting set for the second period. Let's send it
by Reinhardt. Now up along the board. Gould tries to get it out. They jostle along the boards, and they hold it for a face-off. Well, there's more action at Madison Square. Here's Jiggs McDonald.
Blue line. A minute and 5 seconds remaining in the penalty to Dennis Potvin. The Rangers have not had a shot again so far, halfway through their 3rd power play. Well, they're credited with one. Somehow the board has got them with one now. Maybe out of sympathy. I've been deliberately watching. Here's a break for Goring, cutting it all alone and a short-handed, and he scores! Good scoring!
Butch Goring having a good playoff series for the Islanders. It's 4-0 New York.
Only arrow.
In the second intermission at the Met Center, you will understand that there's an unusual amount of activity at the concession stands where the Dino Cicerelli buttons and T-shirts are being sold. He has 3 goals in this game, and we have more action at Madison Square Garden. Let's take it now to Jiggs McDonald in New York.
And they up the left side. Vickers carries it into center ice. Vickers handed it right to Lane, failed to clear it out. Here's Vickers trying to come in around the defense, gave it to Duguay. Duguay with Lane on top of him, centers, they score! Barry Trent. That changes the complexion. Another power play goal with only 11 seconds remaining in the penalty to Mike Bossy. Barry Beck converts to Ron Duguay. Pass right there. Duguay out in front. And Beck skates in, deflects the puck into the top right-hand corner. You see Vickers right here. That puck came off the skate of Butch Goring. The Islanders had a chance to clear it, but it hit Butch Goring on the skate. Vickers kept it in to Duguay, to Beck, and it's in the net. And the score now is 4-2 for the New York Islanders.
Still a period to go in New York, so the Rangers may have some life in them yet. Eddie Johnstone hoped so as he left our studio, and now we'll send it to Don Whitman and Gary and Chico for the third period of this game in Minnesota.
He tried to steer it in front of the net, and it's grabbed and held by Beaupre. Once again, there's more action at Madison Square Garden. Here's Jake McDonald.
Now Goring on the face-off. He's out there with Caller and Gillies. The Islanders get to center ice. Don Maloney shot it in. Lane failed to clear it out. Allison puts it off in front. Maloney tipped it, and it just went wide. Maloney, who hasn't scored in the series, came close. Back of the net. Maloney trying to come out in front, banging at it. It's underneath Billy Smith, and we'll get a face-off in the Islanders' zone.
Well, Chico, your former goaltending partner with the Islanders is certainly coming up with some saves as the Rangers are trying to get back in it.
He hasn't had a lot of work, but by that flurry, it doesn't look like the inactivity hurt him much.
Big lead, tend to fall into that trap and just stop skating. Here's a 2-on-1 break. Tom McCarthy going in with Cicerelli. He just missed the pass as McCarthy fed it across the goal mouth. McCarthy again, and his shot is deflected high up into the crowd. Well, there's more action at Madison Square Garden. Once again, here's Jake McDonald.
3. So we get set for this face-off in the Islanders' zone. Trottier got it to Lorimer, tipped it to Lane, out to Trottier. Now to Dwayne Sutter. Sutter and Carroll together. Sutter's long shot. Baker the save. Dropped it. Billy Carroll in after it. To Sutter. Round behind it, and he scores. Dwayne Sutter gets a big goal. Billy Carroll. The Sutter comes from back of the net and stuffs it in. Remember the Edmonton series in the deciding game? Much the same. As Dwayne Sutter, who hasn't been used all that much tonight, gets a very important goal.
Well, it looks very much as though the defending Stanley Cup champions are going to be in this year's Stanley Cup final, now leading 5-2. Minnesota brings it in. Well, this one is all over. A final score of 7-4. Let's now go to New York.
At the Ranger line. The Ranger crowd takes a lot of knocks, but those that have been loyal and stayed to the end are giving their team a standing ovation, and that speaks for itself. They have had some things to cheer about this season. They certainly have, and I should mention, Jiggs, that while every city has its known bad fans, there may be a few extra ones in New York, but they also have more good fans than any other place because they have more people. But there is a great loyalty in a lot of these fans, and they're staying right here until the end to cheer their team right to the very end. Now this is Gordy Lane into center. 25 seconds left. The beach ball comes out on the ice. Well, that's what the Rangers will be playing with next, as the saying goes.
There'll be a few golf balls, I think, before they get to the beach at 18.
Edberg across the line, offside on the left wing. We're down to 12 seconds. So it's the Islanders and the winner of the Calgary-Minnesota series in the Stanley Cup final. You see the smile on the face of Denny Potvin as Bob Warren wraps his arm around him. Big difference between that look and the look 2 years ago, Jiggs McDonald, when the New York Rangers defeated the New York Islanders in a hard-fought series, something that most people did not think was going to happen. Big difference. It's a turnaround this year. 4 straight for the Islanders over the Rangers. Now 3 seconds, 2, 1. It's all over. The New York Islanders go to the Stanley Cup final with a 5-2 victory over the Rangers. They were outshot tonight, 29-23. 7 shots in the third period. The Rangers had 9 in the third, but the Islanders got the only third period goal. That by Dwayne Sutter. As we look at Al Arbour, and there's a look at Craig Patrick, as Gord Lane came over to shake his hand, and now Wayne Merrick shaking the hand of Craig Patrick. They were together in St. Louis. Brian Trache, and at center ice, a traditional handshake by two teams that put up not quite the series, at least the Rangers didn't put up quite the series that we expected. And over the doorway, we had a quick look at Phil Esposito. He has been...
So the New York Islanders advance to the Stanley Cup Final, sweeping the Rangers in 4 straight games, and the Minnesota North Stars are 1 win away from joining them in the final. Minnesota taking a 3-1 lead in this series. Tonight's final score, North Stars 7, and the Calgary Flames 4. This is Stanley Cup 81 from Bloomington, Minnesota.